You are watching Steelers Talk Live. Welcome into the show, guys. Thank you so much to all the real ones that are tuning in at the beginning of today's program. We got a great slate of Steelers coverage coming your way here over about the next 90 minutes or so. And on today's show, we're going to be going over the latest Steelers news and rumors. I'm going to be going over what Bleacher Report, they put out a recent article here of 3 players, 3 free agents that the Steelers must sign here. And there are definitely some interesting names here. You're not going to want to miss that. That's coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. And then also, I'm going to be going over some juicy Steelers trade rumors, some stuff that's been going around. I'm going to be talking about Najee Harris, potentially a Mason Rudolph trade is in the works. We're going to be breaking down the latest rumors later in today's show. And then the middle segment today, our second segment, will be the live mailbag. So if you got a Steelers question, you want to get it on the show, you want me to answer it here on today's show, go ahead and get those questions down there in the live chat. Use hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to get your question on today's show. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support. I see Yogi is in here. I see Matt Hyde is in here. I see Creature937. I see Cassie is here. I see Ben's Randomness is here. Let's go, man. And now that I've given a couple shout-outs here, let's introduce our producer today, Mr. Jeffrey Cooperstein, wearing his Rangers hat today.
Let's go, baby.
Game three of the ALCS is tonight. We are both going to that game, actually, by the way.
Super pumped.
Big shout-out to our sponsor today, Game Time, for hooking us up with those tickets. We're going to be going tonight. Globe Life Field's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's go, man. Coop, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm great, my friend. It's a beautiful day here in Dallas, and I'm excited to talk some Steelers football. But I did want to ask you this question before I answer, and I think we're going to have a similar answer.
Okay.
Who do you want the Steelers to trade for before the deadline?
Oh, so, there's a couple of interesting options out there, I think, right now. You could go get a running back. The running back's a weird one because, if the offensive line stinks, getting a new running back isn't going to help you out.
See, that's my number one, is go get an offensive lineman.
Yeah, maybe an offensive lineman would be nice. Trent Brown from the Patriots is a good player. Michael Onwenu is a guard, but he's a good player as well. There's no real centers out there right now to replace Mason Cole, but
some free agent targets we'll take a look at later.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take a look at some free agent targets on the offensive line later as well. But somebody says trade for an OC. Oh, how I wish that was the case, Coop. Of course, we heard this week from a report from Diana Rossini that Matt Canada's not going anywhere for the 2023 season. So whether you like it or not, Steelers fans, we are stuck with this man tonight.
That's organizational malpractice to say that, by the way. What happens if they suck the next 4 weeks? They're not going to fire him?
Yeah, I know. Like, seriously? Like, there's no way you're going to fire him? No way? Seriously? No way? Well, right now, you're right now, scoring offense, yards per game. You are ranking 30th in both of those categories. The only 2 offenses that are performing worse than the Steelers are the New England Patriots and the New York freaking
But his
Giants.
job is safe.
Yeah, but his job is safe. We're keeping him for the whole season no matter what. I just don't understand that thinking. It's once again with the loyalty and the dedication. And, there's positive aspects to that, I guess. Like, it's a respected organization, whatever. But I don't think anybody would blame the Pittsburgh Steelers for parting ways with Matt Canada at this point, Coop. This guy has been awful for 3 straight years. And Mike Tomlin's like, no, man, his job is safe for the rest of the year. I mean, out of all the things to criticize Mike Tomlin for, I think this Matt Canada stuff is probably at the top of the freaking list, man.
I want to get some shout-outs real quick, but I do see Austin Tardif is in the chat
Austin
today.
Tardif!
He's here on time.
One
My
of,
man,
one
we
of the,
haven't seen you in a while.
One of the all-time greats here at Steelers Talk, Austin Tardif is here. And I have a feeling I have a deal for Austin Tardif today that he's going to like. So, Austin, make sure you stick around.
Just Webb's World is here. Lane Ewing, Phil Daw, Young Noticeable, Matt Hyde, Brandon Gaming. Let's go, baby.
We've got a crew here today, man. All right, so we got Steelers coverage coming your way here in just a second. But first, I want to tell you about our sponsor for today's live stream, which is Game Time. And Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, comedy, music, theater in your area. For me personally, guys, I love doing or getting tickets kind of last minute. Like I just am at work. I all of a sudden want to go to an MLB baseball game, or I want to go to an NBA basketball game, or I want to go to a concert. Now, all I have to do now, instead of going through all these different ticketing apps, I can just go to Game Time because they got the lowest price guarantee and they've got flash deals right before the event. So I really like this app, man, because like I said, flash deals, last minute tickets, they got the lowest price guarantee. It's more than just sports as well. You can get theater tickets, you can get comedy tickets, you can go to concerts. Well, anything that you can buy tickets for, Game Time has got it on their app. And then speaking of that app, it is super easy to use. 360-degree views of the seats are absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. And that's why it is the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you're set. Tickets are also sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through that pesky email of yours. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SteelersChat. One word, all caps, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SteelersChat. One word, all caps, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, Coop, now let's talk about the recent signing here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last night they announced they're going to be releasing Desmond King, who's somebody, when he was signed at the right before the season, we really thought that Desmond King could be a legit contributor here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now they're letting him go, and they're signing Darius Rush, somebody that I was pretty high on in the draft process this year, was really good in the Senior Bowl, ran a really fast 40 time, and he was taken in the 5th round this year, was eventually cut after the preseason. But overall, I'm really intrigued by this signing, and I'm going to give this a good A-. I'm going to give this an A- right now.
I remember you saying you really liked him coming out of the draft. I didn't know what happened to him at first, but I guess he was with the Colts and then the Chiefs. Is that right?
Yeah, he was with the Chiefs practice squad, and we poached him.
Okay.
So he's coming on now.
So he's active roster for 3 games.
So he's active roster here for he's replacing Desmond King's spot on the roster.
Were you surprised that they let Desmond King go?
A little bit, I was, because you signed him before the season. He's a veteran. He was on the roster. He was being a little bit of a contributor on special teams, not much in terms of playing defensive snaps, but I guess just at the end of the day, he wasn't cutting it. He wasn't really playing better than Elijah Riley or Chandon Sullivan or any of the other guys that are competing for that slot position right now. And they felt like Darius Rush is another one of these guys, Coop. We saw with the draft this year. You draft Joey Porter Jr., Corey Trice Jr. They're both really big. They got
athletic guys.
They got long arms. They run fast. And Darius Rush is just like that, man. He's big. He's 200 pounds, 6'2". He's got long arms, man. And then he ran a 4.36 at the combine. I mean, I'm super intrigued to see what this guy can do. Probably not going to play much this year, I would say. Probably more of a backup this year. But in the future, I mean, you got Darius Rush, you got Corey Trice Jr. I think you hope one of those guys develops into a future starter for you.
Do you think Rush could outrun a dog?
No, Coop. Goodness gracious. Coop, I don't even know what to say to you, man. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Ben's randomness says B-, CM Punk B+, Elliott B, Rudolpho B+. Sounds like that's kind of what it is, a B+, A- move.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good move. We'll see how it pans out. Obviously this is his 3rd NFL team already in his rookie season, so there's a reason for that. But I'm really intrigued by the physical profile, and I can't wait to see what's going to be going on here with Darius Rush in the future. Now, we've got a super chat menu for you guys today. We've got a special deal I'm going to be announcing here in just a second.
God.
But first time super chat. So if you've never super chatted on the show before, if you send one in, you get a Ric Flair drip, 2 claps. Woo! All right, then you get a $5 super chat. We'll sing the O Canada song for you guys where we completely trash Matt Canada. Because he sucks. F-U-C-K Canada. All right, then $10. We got new Bean-Boozled jelly beans today, okay? So we got the Harry Potter, Bernie Bott's every flavored beans.
If you saw on Sunday, you saw me almost literally puke from how bad.
Well, that was Commanders.
Oh, yes, never mind.
So we did these. So we did our Commander stream here at Chat Sports on Sunday, and we used these beans, and I made Coop eat every single one of them. These things are super nasty. These things are even worse than the Bean-Boozled ones. So if you send in a 10, we'll both do a bean. All right, so that's the deal. $10 super chats, we'll do a bean together. Then $50 super chats today. You get to decide who gets to slap who. I want to slap Coop right across his face today. I just need let a little bit of anger out. You know what I'm saying? And then $100 total gets you to the Steelers Talk Gold Club. And I'm going to make this deal right now, Coop. If someone sends in a $100 super chat, I am going to bring my terrible towel to the Rangers game tonight, and I'm going to do a "Here We Go Steelers" chant in the middle of the Texas Rangers crowd for a minute.
No way.
I'm going to record it, and I'm going to put it on the channel for proof.
For a whole minute?
For a whole minute, I'm going to bring my terrible towel, and I am going to wave it around and do a "Here We Go Steelers" chant for a full 60 seconds at Globe Life Field tonight.
I do not believe you.
Well, I mean, I don't care if you don't believe me. If someone sends in 100,
you're doing it.
I'm doing it. All right. So Austin Tardif, I know you're always up for a challenge. If you want me to kind of embarrass myself
He's
tonight.
Up for what?
He's up for what? He's up for a challenge.
A challenge?
A challenge. All right, so now Gold Club members here.
Love it.
Everybody that has spent at least $100 on the stream joins Gold Club for life. So big shout out to Austin, Mo Love, Brian Love, King Yinzer, Anthony Fuller, and Nathan Glass, James Lombardo, DJ V, Patty Gustafson, Elliptic 6, Alexander Watson, Zach Eckert, Troy Hart, Andrew Longoria, Jesse Johnson, Go Blue Buckeye, Samuel Pugh, Hot Rod 24, Black and Gold Emperor 40, Lord Buddy Bear, Max Payne, Chad Corley, and F1 Video Watcher. And if you want to join them, you want to get into Gold Club here, extra raffle entries, all the whole shebang, a nice super chat sticker on your profile for life. Go ahead. $100 today will get you into that club. And I also want to give a big shout out to our Black Diamonds here. $500 Venmo to @Jack-Sperry on Venmo. We'll get you into the Black Diamond Club. You get a you get a jersey. We actually got Samuel Pugh's jersey.
Here.
It's already here. We're going to be debuting that on Sunday's watch party. F1 Video Watcher, Nathan Glass, Go Blue Buckeye. These are the realest of the real ones here. The crazy ones, as I like to call them. They've got their own customized jersey. They got a retired number. And they've got customized super chat stickers for life. So if you feel like you want to be crazy today, you want to become a Steelers Talk legend, at Venmo, @Jack-Sperry, $500, and you can join the Black Diamonds today. All right, so now before we get things going here, Coop, we're going to be doing some free agency targets here. We're going to be talking some free agency stuff and trade stuff today. Go ahead and spam W
W's,
in the chat for the next minute.
Cassie said she's glad that she's not going to the game.
I am right here with the W's. Get those W's in the chat. Let's go.
Oh, Austin Tardif said he'll be a Black Diamond member when he buys his house.
Let's go, Austin. I love
it,
it, man.
Austin, you're a legend.
Get those W's in the chat for the next 60 seconds. I see CM Punk, Matt Hyde, Austin Tardif. I see Creature. I see Ben's Randomness, Strick Pitt. Who else is here? Cassie's here. Ben's here. Just Webb's World is here. Austin's in there. Lane is in here. DJ KJ, Steelers Dad. Big Zay is here. CM Punk. Keep those W's coming if you want to win this weekend. We need a win versus the Rams. Big week this week, Coop. We need a win. Let's go. 10 more seconds. Let's go. Let's break the freaking record here on Steelers Talk. Let's go, man. JD is here. Bon Quaven is here. Father Dismas Sayer is here. Let's go, man. I love all the love in there. Bill is here. Big Zay is here. Let's go, man. Okay, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for getting those W's in, giving us that little spike there. And now, before we get things going, right now we're at 100 people watching. 28 likes. I want to get to 30 likes before we get things going. 2 more likes. Can I get 2 more likes in the chat right now? All right? If we can get 2 more likes, we'll get into our first segment today, Coop. Let's ride.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So coming up on today's show, make sure you click that thumbs up icon. Really does help out the stream. We are going to be going over the latest Steelers news and rumors, including free agency rumors, free agency targets, all these different things. We're going to be talking about Darius Rush, Broderick Jones versus Dan Moore Jr. I'll give my take on that. And then later in today's show, we got Steelers trade rumors from Bleacher Report once again. And then we got the live mailbag here in about 30 minutes or so. So if you want to get your question in there, make sure you go hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to get on today's show. If you're just joining us, you can check out the Super Chat menu down there in the comment section, or in the description, I should say. All right, Coop, are we ready to get things going here for this first segment? All right, let's get into this first segment here. The latest Steelers news and rumors coming at you right now. Bleacher Report has given 3 NFL free agency names that the Pittsburgh Steelers must get here before the NFL trade deadline. I'm going to give my take on who should start between Broderick Jones and Dan Moore Jr. at left tackle this week. And then also, who the heck is Darius Rush? I'm going to be answering all these things on today's edition of Steelers Talk. But before we get things going on today's show, make sure you click that subscribe button. Because if you want a place to kick it with your fellow Yinzers on game days this year, if you're somebody that's maybe watching the game alone at your place, and you want a place to kind of come and be with your fellow Steelers fans and have a great time, this is going to be the perfect place for you. Here at Steelers Talk, we do weekly live watch parties for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Every single game we go live for, and including this weekend versus the Rams, we're going to be going live at around 3 p.m. Eastern Time, about an hour before kickoff, an hour of pregame, followed by live play-by-play, super chat giveaways, the whole shebang. So if you're a big-time Steelers fan and you want to join us here, not only for this week, but for the rest of the season, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. All right, so let's go over these Steelers free agency targets. We've been talking a lot about trade rumors here on the channel here over the last couple of weeks. We haven't talked about free agency as much since the start of the season, but Bleacher Report's Joe Tansey lists 3 free agents that he feels the Steelers must pursue here before the NFL trade deadline. If you guys watched our video yesterday, our trade rumors video on the channel that's currently up right now, I'll put the link in the comments and description in today's video. Joe Tansey does not know the Steelers situation whatsoever. This guy does not know ball. So let's take a look at the free agents that he thinks the Steelers should go and get right now. So let's start with the first guy that he thinks that the Steelers should absolutely go out and get right now, and that's wide receiver Sammy Watkins. And I'm like, when I saw this, when I first started reading this article today, man, I was like, here we go again, Joe. This guy does not know anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they need right now. In my opinion, this is a really, really stupid idea. The reasoning that he used was that George Pickens is the only wide receiver that the Steelers have right now that's any good. It's like he's never even heard the name Deontay Johnson in his entire life. If you go out and get a guy like Sammy Watkins right now, he's not going to be a contributor whatsoever. He's going to be a backup. Right now, you've got George Pickens. You've got Deontay Johnson as that Z receiver. You've got Allen Robinson and Calvin Austin III likely to share time in the slot. There's just no room for another wide receiver right now, in my opinion, and I just don't think that this is worth spending money on a guy that just isn't going to have a role in this offense. I just don't think Joe really knows the situation here in Pittsburgh, and the fact that he keeps sticking his neck out here claiming that he does is just kind of silly to me. Now, coming up here, this isn't even the worst one that Joe came up with. The next time here, when we come back from this break here, I'm going to be giving you guys Joe's worst moment that he's had yet, and that includes from the trade ideas video that he had yesterday. All right, so before I get into that, let's have a word from our sponsor at Game Time, and Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. I'm somebody that likes to get tickets last minute, people. I mean, it is the truth, man. I'll be sitting at my desk at my office here at Chat Sports, and I'll just feel like, man, I really want to go to an MLB baseball game or an NBA basketball game, or maybe I want to go to a concert with my girlfriend, right? So what we'll do is we'll just use Game Time. I don't have to go on any other ticketing app because Game Time has great last minute deals, flash deals right before game time. And then also they got the lowest price guarantee, which I absolutely love as well. I don't have to worry about paying a bigger price on Game Time because they got the lowest price guarantee. I don't got to shop around. Also, I love that anything that you can buy tickets for, Game Time has it on their app. It's not just sports, guys. It's music, comedy, theater, and more, music festivals, all this different types of stuff. It's absolutely fantastic, which is why it's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you're set. Tickets are also sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Really nice feature there as well. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SteelersChat for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SteelersChat. One word, all caps, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Oh, Joey boy, oh my goodness, this one is the worst one that I have seen so far. Free agent target number 2 is edge rusher Melvin Ingram. That is right, Melvin Ingram, the same guy that came here and said that he is never going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler again. He hated his experience here in Pittsburgh, and Joe Tainsey apparently doesn't know that, so who's going to tell him? I'm glad to tell him. I'm glad to tell Joe that Melvin Ingram, there is literally a negative 500% chance that he ends up becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler this year. Oh my goodness, Joe. It's just not looking good for you, my friend. But hey, he actually turns it around here by the end of the article with his third must-get player here in Frank Clark, the edge rusher from the Denver Broncos. And we talked a little bit about this on yesterday's show, where instead of trading for an edge rusher like a Brian Burns, like Joe thought was a good idea in his article yesterday, I think he finally figured it out here that, going and getting a guy in free agency instead of trading for somebody is actually the more realistic option for the Steelers here. I'm not somebody that actually thinks they need to go out and get another edge rusher, but if they want more edge depth, right, if you feel like T.J. Watt, because he tore some ligaments in his finger against the Ravens, that he should take a couple of weeks off for some reason, having a guy like Frank Clark just waiting in the wings to be there as a rotational guy, I think would be fine. Clark is a good option. He's a Super Bowl champion. Throughout his career, he's turned up his play in big games and in playoff games. That's something that the Steelers want in their locker room. So if they want some edge depth, yeah, go ahead and go Frank Clark. So at least Joe figured it out here by the end of his article. Now, let's go over my top free agent target. We've heard 3 from Joe. Now, I think that there's one guy out there right now that could absolutely help the Pittsburgh Steelers on their offensive line and some of their struggles, and that's to go get Ben Jones, a center, former starting center for the Tennessee Titans, to replace Mason Cole. Let's just be completely honest with the way Mason Cole has played to this point in the season. It has not been good. And Ben Jones, before, he's just not getting signed here. Last year, he was actually grading within the league average ranks, according to Pro Football Focus rankings there, and grading. And Mason Cole has not played well to this point. Just a 48.5 Pro Football Focus grade, which currently ranks 35th out of 39 eligible centers in the National Football League. And that's kind of more where it has been throughout his career. Last year, he kind of overperformed his career averages in terms of Pro Football Focus grading. This year, he's kind of regressed again back to the mean of his career. And it just doesn't seem like he is a true starter-capable center in this league. If you go out and get a guy like Ben Jones, who's been a starter in this league for a long time, and you can just plug him right in, I think that'd be a fantastic addition to the Steelers' offensive line, which we all know is in desperate need of some stability. I think Ben Jones could absolutely bring that forward. Now, name a free agent that you think that the Steelers could go out and sign and make their team better right now. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show, so go ahead, get into the comment section. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. Name a free agent that you think the Steelers should sign here before the NFL trade deadline. Now, there's been a big debate raging on Steelers Twitter here over the last week. Who should start at left tackle? Because Dan Moore Jr., he's been practicing with the team this week. He seems like he's going to be good enough to go to start this week's game versus the Los Angeles Rams. And now the question is, do you go back to him as your starting left tackle, or do you stick with Broderick Jones, the rookie out of the University of Georgia, as your starting left tackle for the future? Now, the answer to this is very simple. It's Broderick Jones. You have to start Broderick this week. Plain and simply, I don't care if Dan Moore Jr. is 200% healthy, all right? And 200% isn't even a real figure, all right? I just don't want Dan Moore Jr. playing left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers anymore. So you take a look at Broderick Jones' profile here. Of course, you traded up to draft him in the first round this year. You really believe in him. And you look at Dan Moore Jr.'s Pro Football Focus grade right now, it's not just the worst on the Steelers' offensive line this year, it's the worst in football among offensive tackles. And Broderick Jones, since in the 2 games that he's been able to play, 66.5 Pro Football Focus grade, which is the highest on the entire Steelers' offensive line. This is an easy decision if I'm Mike Tomlin. I am going with the guy that I traded up for, that I believe is the future left tackle in this league. It'd be one thing if Dan Moore Jr. was playing really well before Broderick Jones had the opportunity to play. If Dan Moore Jr. was grading in the 70s or in the 80s in Pro Football Focus grading, if he was actually looking good on film, that'd be one thing. But he's not. He's been awful to this point. So I don't even know why this is being considered. Broderick Jones should absolutely be the starting left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward. Which really sucks because it sounds like Mike Tomlin and the Steelers are actually leaning towards starting Dan Moore Jr. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Which guy should start at left tackle for the black and gold this weekend? Should it be Dan Moore Jr., type DM, or do you think it's Broderick Jones? Give me a BJ down there in the comments section if you think Broderick Jones should start this week. So now the Steelers made a signing last night, and I went over it in a breaking news video at my apartment in Dallas, Texas. But now I want to flesh it out a little bit more here on Steelers Talk. Let's go over Darius Rush coming out of the University of South Carolina. He is a rookie this year. And, man, I was really impressed with him during the pre-draft process. He was the best corner at the Senior Bowl this year. Now, the corners weren't all that great at the Senior Bowl this year, so I guess that's not saying that much. But I thought Darius Rush looked really, really good in those one-on-one drills. He's a really big body, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's got long arms, and he matches that size and that length with speed, which is something I really love. A 4.36 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine this year. That's absolutely fantastic. And because he puts all those physical traits together, he is absolutely in the mold of a Pittsburgh Steelers type of corner. You know, right now, I think that Terrell Austin, Mike Tomlin, they're playing a lot more off coverage because that's what Patrick Peterson and Levi Wallace technically do best. But it's definitely clear to me that Joey Porter Jr., Corey Trice Jr., Darius Rush, these bigger press man type of corners is what they want to transition to when it comes to the future. And listen, you got Joey Porter Jr., who I think is probably definitely going to be a really good starter in this league. And then between Darius Rush and Corey Trice Jr., you're hoping that one of those guys you can hit on and can be a really good number 2 option next to JPJ for the next decade. I really like this move by GM Omar Khan, so let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. Grade this signing of Darius Rush for me. Give me an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F down there in the comments section. For me, I'm going to give it an A-. We still don't know everything that's going to be happening here. Darius Rush could very well be cut in 4 weeks for all we know. But I like the physical potential here with Darius Rush. I think the Steelers were considering taking him in the later rounds of the draft this year. And to get a guy that you probably would have drafted if you had the opportunity late in the draft, you know, I think that's a pretty darn good deal here for GM Omar Khan and head coach Mike Tomlin. All right, that's going to be it for today's show, guys. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to join the fastest growing Steelers community here on YouTube, we've added over 1,000 subscribers in just the past week. We are absolutely growing like crazy. If you want to join us, go ahead, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to join us for that Sunday watch party this weekend. Oh, $5 super chat from Just Webb's World 1. My dude says, what would be the price to get Daiyan Henley off that LA bench? I just feel that room is too crowded, and we could use the help at linebacker, so maybe a 4th. I think it would be maybe less than a 4th.
Probably a 5th or 6th, right?
5th or 6th, maybe day 3. I'd actually think that, that'd be decent. You know, the thing with Daiyan Henley, I really liked him coming out. He was one of my guys. He was somebody that's showed some really good coverage ability. I thought he was a top 2 linebacker in the draft. So if they made a move for Daiyan Henley, I would be super excited about that. Are they going to do it? I'm not too sure. I think they like the linebackers that they have now, unfortunately. So Don't really see a move for a linebacker happening, but definitely a good idea there, Just Webb's World. Definitely a good idea.
Yet another super chat as well, a $2 this time.
$2 super chat here from Just Webb's World. It says maybe a long shot, but a trade for Connor McGovern?
Which one?
There is two Connor McGoverns. I think we know which one he's talking about, but you know what? I'm going to answer this on the mailbag today, Mr. Just Webb's World. Thank you so much. And of course, there was a $5 super chat.
Before we do that, I do have to inform you, we will have to make a change to our third segment because there is some breaking news in the NFL. Mecole Hardman has been traded.
Oh.
Do you want to guess to where he was traded to?
Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Mecole Hardman is back with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Back with the Chiefs. The Jets are sending Hardman and a 2025 seventh to the Chiefs for a 2025 sixth. Hardman back in KC.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. How about we do this?
You just want to take that last part out?
Yeah, just take the last part out on the third segment because
spoiler for you guys, we were going to talk about Mecole Hardman.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Mecole Hardman during our trade rumors segment today, but I guess he's gone. I guess he's a Kansas City Chief now. All right, so Just Webb's World got in there with the $2 and the $5, which means we got an "Oh Canada" song to sing here, Mr. Coop.
Let's do it.
You ready to go? Oh Canada, you dumb and stupid man. All know you suck except for Mike Tomlin. With burning hearts we see you suck, calling jet sweeps 1, 2, 3. From far and wide, oh Canada, we share our hate for thee. F-U-C-K, Canada. All right, man. I love doing that. That's literally the highlight of my week is singing that song.
That's because Canada stinks.
Canada sucks, and guess what? When he eventually gets fired or let go or whatever,
will that be the happiest day of your life?
We're going to party it up. That's going to be one of the best shows of all time.
But apparently it's not going to be this season.
Apparently it's not going to come until the end of the season. That is correct. Yeah, the F Canada song is a big hit here in the Chat Sports office. Oh, my goodness. What's good, Chase Sr.? F-U-C-K, Canada.
He loves it, too. The people love it.
The people love that stuff, man. I got to tell you. All right, so if you're just joining us, we got 110 people watching. We got a super chat menu today. If you're a first-time super chatter, you've never super chatted on before, you send one in. We'll give you some Ric Flair drip, 2 claps and a woo. $5, we'll sing the "Oh Canada" song, which we just sang. $10, we got these jelly beans, these Harry Potter and Bertie Bott's every flavored beans. These things taste awful, man.
Let me tell you, they ain't good.
A $10 super chat, Coop and I will both eat a bean. $50 super chat, Tortilla Slaps. Actually, I'm gonna make that a $20. $20 super.
20 for a tortilla.
$20 for a tortilla slap. And then if someone's crazy and sends in a $100 super chat today, I will bring my terrible towel to Globe Life Park tonight for Game 3 of the ALCS, and I will do a "Here We Go Steelers" chant for a minute.
It's Globe Life Field.
Globe Life Field, whatever it's called, man. And then we got another $2 super chat here from Adam. Says, how long should Steelers give Pickett to develop?
We'll answer that in the mailbag.
That is correct. We will answer that on today's mailbag. Let's go. Daft Cannon says, how much to slap the Browns host? I don't know. You want to ask Petey?
I don't know if he wants to get slapped today. But
I'm not sure if he wants to get slapped today, unfortunately. So the offer stands $20. There'll be a tortilla slap here for one of us. But so make sure you get those questions in right now. Hashtag Steelers in the chat or super chat to get your question on today's show. How are we doing in terms of questions there?
Yeah, we got some good ones.
We've got some good ones today?
Yeah.
All right, I love it, man. So make sure you get those super chats in. I could go without some $10 super chats today, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that would be great.
I mean, if people want to send them in, then good. But these flavors, man, I'm telling you, these things.
They're awful.
Just listen to some of these flavors, man. We've got earwax. We've got dirt. We've got booger. We've got black pepper. We've got vomit. We've got soap. They
are horrible.
We've got sausage. Coop had the sausage one on Sunday. It's absolutely atrocious. And then we got grass clippings. Oh my goodness, man. That's not good, That's not good, Coop. I mean, I guess we'll see if we get any 10s here during the break.
Yeah, we'll see.
But man, I'm excited to see what you guys have for me today in terms of Steelers questions. Here we go, man. Let's get into this mailbag coming at you right now. It's week 7 in the NFL, and today I'm answering your questions on the Pittsburgh Steelers here on Steelers Talk. Now, just keep in mind here, this is being recorded during the Steelers Talk live show on Wednesday, so if any of these questions are outdated by the time this comes out, just know that this was pre-recorded, all right? But before we get into the questions here, get that spike going in or on this video. Make sure that we get to 500 likes here within the first hour that this video is out. We would really, really appreciate it if all the real ones here that watch this video within the first hour, go ahead and click that thumbs up icon because we can get that push in the YouTube algorithm and get this video to as many Steelers fans as possible. All right, now we got $2 super chat from my man, Just Webb's World. He says, maybe a long shot, but trade for Connor McGovern. Now, I really don't think that he's going to get traded here. I mean, he's a good player. But I really, really don't think that he's going to be somebody that's available here for the Pittsburgh Steelers to trade for. If he's made available and you get a decent price for him, I mean, sure, why not? I mean, I like James Daniels and Isaac Seumalo, so, do you really want to go out and get another guard? But I'm not sure if that's really a realistic possibility. But, if Omar Khan can pull something off, Coop, I mean, maybe, why not? We got Adam Campbell here with a $2 super chat. He says, how long should Steelers give Kenny Pickett to develop this year? This year. I mean, I'm not going through a year 3 scenario here with, I think Kenny's going to be, 26, 27 next year? I mean, at this point, he was drafted to be an NFL-ready type quarterback, and he's just not, if it's not going to happen this year, I'm just not sure that he'll have enough time because the Steelers are trying to win now. They've got their defensive pieces now. They've got good offensive weapons right now in George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, and Pat Freiermuth now. They don't have time to wait around for a quarterback like Kenny Pickett here. If he continues this stretch of play through the rest of the season, I would bet that the Pittsburgh Steelers will at least bring someone in to compete with him for the job, okay? Now, can Kenny Pickett still earn the job? Come next year? Absolutely, right? I'm not giving up on Kenny Pickett is what I'm trying to say. Deontay Johnson's coming back. Pat Freiermuth is coming back this week. Hopefully, Kenny Pickett gets better as this season goes on. He's actually doing a pretty darn good job at protecting the football. But the accuracy hasn't been there for him this year. I think that just needs to get a lot better here as his NFL career continues. If it doesn't, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Then we got Yinzer Mike here who says, how much better can we expect the Steelers offense to be with Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth returning this week? I think it's going to be a little bit better. Now, is it going to be like top 10 level offense from here to the rest of the season? Almost assuredly not. I think a decent expectation is maybe get up to like top 20. Is that crazy to say? I know it's Matt Canada we're talking about here. But listen, Deontay Johnson was Kenny Pickett's favorite target last year. You're getting Pat Freiermuth back as a safety blanket. That's going to take pressure off or take double teams off of George Pickens as well, so he might even be more productive. So I think this offense as a whole, especially in the passing game, will be better with these weapons coming back. The only question is going to be how much. I think they could be potentially a top 20 unit in this league. They certainly have the talent to do it, so let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Will the Steelers have a top 20 offense for the rest of the 2023 season? Type yes or type no. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by putting a yes or no down there in the comments section. Oh, and a $10 super chat from my man Brandon Nicholson. He says, eat them beans, my friend, predicting our potential draft position. What position will we look to draft first going into next year? So it really does depend on how the rest of the season shapes out, Brandon. It could be linebacker. It could be even corner. It could be quarterback for all we know, right? Like there's just so many things that still need to be dished out. What I will say about the Steelers is that they don't have many top-level free agents hitting the market next year. So we're going to see relatively the same bunch of players on this roster, except for the ones that get cut, when it comes to the starting lineup. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. I still have to do a lot of my research on the draft prospects coming into next year. So draft is a little early for me right now, but overall, quarterback is something that you definitely got to keep in mind here with Kenny Pickett not playing his best football. Inside linebacker is something, probably secondary as well. Those will probably be the top priorities for the Steelers. And then also offensive line. I can't miss that. Then we got one from Matt Hyde here. He says, do you think Najee or Rudolph will get traded? I think Najee is more likely than Rudolph, just because when I put myself in the shoes of an NFL GM, there's nothing that I'm trading to go get Mason Rudolph. He's a third-string quarterback, okay? Like, you're not going to give up anything for a third-string level quarterback. You're just not. You're going to wait for him to hit the open market, and if you like him, then you sign him. But I just don't really see anybody giving up any sort of draft capital whatsoever for a third-string quarterback. I just don't really see that happening. If Omar Khan can pull it off, then great. But I think he's got his work cut out for him there. And then when it comes to Najee Harris, I'm open to trading Najee Harris. I am. His numbers, it's year 3 now, man, and I know you can make the excuse for him. Oh, he's never had good offensive line play, blah, 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 blah. But the numbers aren't there, right? If the season ended today, you're not picking up his 5th-year option. You're just not. So if you get a decent offer to send Najee elsewhere, I'm probably going to take it. I'm going to get my price for him. I'm not going to give him away for nothing. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely open to moving him, especially if I'm going to get a pretty decent draft pick for him. Then we got one from Lane Ewing here. It says, do we sign Kirk Cousins this offseason in free agency? That is definitely a possibility. Okay, because let's say Mike Tomlin does the Mike Tomlin thing here and the Steelers go 9-8, right? But Kenny Pickett hasn't played well the entire season and they miss the playoffs, all right? So let's say that scenario happens. Then you're in a situation where you're probably looking for at least some competition at the quarterback position, but you're not going to be in a draft position to go out and get one of these top quarterbacks in the NFL draft. It's looking like this could be a very heavy quarterback draft, so maybe the Steelers could draft a guy with a 9-8 record, who knows? But Kirk Cousins is definitely going to be a name I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers look at. I think it's also going to be a team that Kirk Cousins is interested in. They've got a good defense. They're going to be probably bringing in a new offensive coordinator. I mean, who are we kidding? They're probably going to be bringing somebody else in as the new offensive coordinator. So Kirk Cousins, if it's someone from the Shanahan tree, then Kirk Cousins could have a really seamless transition here because he's played in Shanahan-style McVay-style West Coast systems his entire career. So it could end up being a pretty darn good fit. Everybody knows the primetime record. Everyone knows the playoff record, right? It's not great. So I think that there's other guys that could be better. But, I definitely think it's a possibility. Then we got one from Matt China here. He says, between Darius Rush and Corey Trice Jr., which Steelers corner has a better chance of becoming a long-term starter? That's tough to say. It really is. Corey Trice just had a really major ACL tear. So I'll go with Darius Rush on this just because those ACL tears can be really, really nasty. But both of these guys have a legitimate shot. They're both big. They're both long. They're both really strong corners. They're both really fast as well. They fit the mold of what you look for in the Pittsburgh Steelers scheme here. I mean, when they're at their best, Mike Tomlin likes to do a lot of press. That's what Darius and Corey Trice Jr. Do at their best. So I'm really hoping that at least one of these guys hit. If I'm betting on one right now, given what I know, I'm going to go with Darius Rush. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. Who's going to be the better corner in their career for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Will it be Darius Rush, type DR, or if you think it's going to be Corey Trice Jr., the 7th-round corner out of Purdue this year, type CT down there in the comments section. And now let's talk about today's sponsor, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125 for a 125% deposit bonus today. So if you put in a deposit of $100 to $600, they're going to match it 125% to use on your bet. So if you put in a $100 deposit, you get 125 additional dollars free of charge to use on your bets, a $225 value for just the $100 investment. If you love sports betting, you want to take advantage of this awesome deal, go chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125. Then we got a question from Young Noticeable here who says, what do you think about Justin Fields? His stats are better than Kenny. Yeah, Justin Fields, before he got injured, before the Minnesota game here, I mean, versus the Commanders and Broncos, two kind of struggling defenses, his numbers were actually pretty darn good. Now, I think his accuracy is among the lowest in the National Football League. He's and all that stuff. I do think right now Justin Fields is a slightly better quarterback than Kenny Pickett. And that's just being an objective, somebody that watches the NFL for a living, watches film for a living. You know, Justin Fields right now looks better than Kenny Pickett. I will say the one area that Kenny has been better than Justin throughout his career is that he takes care of the football a lot better than Justin Fields does, in my opinion. So that might be something that in the end makes him the better quarterback. But yeah, man, right now Justin Fields, his stats are better, and I do consider him overall the better quarterback right now. But I'm hoping Kenny Pickett here, as the season continues to prove himself here as a potential franchise quarterback for the black and gold. Then we got one from Ben's Randomness here. He says, should the Steelers start the rookies Broderick Jones and Joey Porter Jr. over the starters Pat Pete and Dan Moore Jr.? So I'm actually going to say yes to the first part, start Broderick Jones and Joey Porter Jr., but instead of starting JPJ over Pat Pete, I'm going to have him start over Levi Wallace. Levi Wallace stinks, guys. He is not good. Okay, plain and simply. I know, babe, Cassie, I know you're watching this. Levi's your favorite player because you've got the autograph, all right? But I hate to break it to you, babe. He's not good at football, all right? He's just not. He's an off-man corner, off-zone corner that just hasn't been able to stick to receivers this year, just plain and simply. And I think right now, if you put Joey Porter Jr. on the field, I think your best bet actually is to put JPJ and Levi on either side, and then put Patrick Peterson in the slot. I think that his best reps this season have been in the slot. So I think that's probably where the Steelers defense should go. But yeah, this cornerback room, once again, is an issue for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the fact that Terrell Austin and Mike Tomlin don't see this right now and don't see that Joey Porter Jr. is ready for this moment, I mean, that's an indictment on the coaching staff. Then we got one from Dan Robbins here. He says, what's an under-the-radar move the Steelers should make before the trade deadline? I think my answer here is going to be go out in free agency, not a trade, free agency, and sign Ben Jones, former starting center for the Tennessee Titans, graded within the top 20 in starting centers last year in Pro Football Focus grading. He's still available in free agency, and I think he would be immediately better than what Mason Cole has been able to give us this year. Mason Cole is looking like a replacement level, borderline backup level center for the Steelers this year. And I think Ben Jones could really provide some stability in the middle of this offensive line if you go out and make a little bit of a splash there. So now, shout out your guy down there in the comment section. Name a player that the Steelers should trade for or sign in free agency. It could be anybody that you want. It could be Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, for all I care. Just put a name down there. Let me know down there in the comment section who you want to see in black and gold. Another question here from CM Punk says, trade Najee Harris for a solid right tackle plus a 2nd and 5th round pick for Josh Jacobs. That's definitely interesting. Najee Harris to maybe the Patriots for like Trent Brown would be a deal that would be very interesting to me. And then a 2nd and a 5th round pick for Josh Jacobs. I mean, Josh Jacobs, I would trust as the number 1 back a lot more than I would Najee Harris at this point. Josh Jacobs has shown that, his success rate on runs throughout his career is super high. It's over 50%. He's been fantastic in his career, whereas Najee's is much lower, especially this season. Najee's like the 22% success rate this year. So if we could get Josh Jacobs in the building, you could design the offense around him. Right now, you can't design an offense around Najee Harris. Let's just be honest about that. I like Najee. I don't think he's the problem here with this offense by any stretch of the imagination. But if you're going to be centering your offense around the run game for the next 5 years, right, I'd rather have Josh Jacobs than Najee Harris. And if I can get an additional right tackle in this deal here, I mean, even better. I think that this is a pretty decent idea. Then we got Sean here. He says, opinions on Canada staying for the rest of the season. Why? Why would you commit to this man? Why? I don't understand it. Like, you didn't have to say this. You didn't have to say, we're keeping him for the rest of the season. You could have just said, we'll see. We're good with him now, but anything could change. You could say a bunch of different things. But instead, the Pittsburgh Steelers are like, nope, he's our guy. It's on the offensive line and the quarterback right now. I mean, that's just a ridiculous thing to say if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion, especially based on what I've seen on film. I mean, for cripe's sake, we're running 4 verticals at the 7-yard line. I mean, good offenses don't do that stuff, right? The situational awareness from Matt Canada is awful, and that's why he's never had success as a college coordinator and especially as an NFL coordinator. This guy blows, okay? This guy needs to go. And I understand that if you get rid of him, it's going to be the same offense for the rest of the year, the same playbook. But get somebody in there with better situational awareness. Somebody that knows that you don't go shotgun pass from 4th and 1 in a critical moment in the game when the run game is rolling, right? Somebody that has that situational awareness and that intuition that you need if you're going to be a top play caller in this league. So if you want to join the most interactive Steelers community here on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me right now. We do these mailbags literally every single week. So if you want to have your voice heard in Steelers Nation, join the fastest growing and most interactive Steelers community here on YouTube by clicking that subscribe button right now. All right. So Just Webb's World sends in a $2 super chat here. It says, could we put Connor at center? I mean, I guess you could. You could.
That's not his natural position, though, right?
No, he's more of a guard than a center, but he has played center in the past. But it's the same thing with Isaac Seumalo and James Daniels.
Yeah,
those guys have both played center as well in the past. So
also, I feel like guard is less of a need than tackle, right, on the Steelers' offensive line?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because I think Seumalo's actually played decent. He hasn't played as well as he did in Philly, but he has been okay.
Yeah, the last 2 games he's actually played really, really well. But James Daniels has not played well to this point. Huge disappointment. And then Mason Cole. Goodness gracious, he sucks.
He's been bad.
He's been awful this year. Let's just be honest with Mason Cole. I was crucified this offseason when I said maybe we should consider a Mason Cole replacement.
Because he stinks.
And people were like, no way we replace Mason Cole. Now he's the 35th ranked center. We're stuck with him, all right?
That's why you subscribe to the channel.
That's why you subscribe to the channel, because you get the inside scoop here.
And
man.
you also subscribe to the channel to watch us eat some Bean-Boozled because Brandon Nicholson sent in a $10 super chat.
Brandon, I love you, my friend, but I hate you, all right? I hate you for the next 30 seconds here. All right, so this one is a blue one. We don't know the flavors here. We don't know which flavor we're eating right now.
Oh, boy.
So what flavor does it look like? It looks like toothpaste or like soap or
it could be mint.
Could be mint.
I don't know.
I have no idea what this flavor is going to be,
I'm getting my water ready is what I'm telling you.
Daft Cannon asked, any word from Petey?
From Petey. I have not heard from Petey.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get slapped, Daft. I'm sorry, man. All right, here we go.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
It's bad.
It's not good. It's like really minty.
It tastes like Crest toothpaste.
It's literally toothpaste, isn't it?
Oh.
It could be worse.
Could be worse.
It's definitely not good, though.
Oh, man.
It's got the really, tangy toothpaste.
I need to wash this down.
God, that's not good. Jason C. asks, would you try Spencer Anderson at center? I don't think so. Mason Cole stinks, but I think Spencer Anderson, 7th round pick, he's more of a depth piece.
He's probably not ready to play.
He's probably not ready to play as a rookie, which is unfortunate. I would go out and sign Ben Jones. Just last year, he was a decent starting center in this league.
He's free.
And he's available. And you could probably get him for a couple $1 million. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. I think that would be an awesome move that would solidify the middle of this offensive line. And, Mason Cole is not the future of this position. By the way, that question on positions to watch out for the draft, center. Center is going to be probably a big one if Mason Cole continues to suck. All right, so we got one more segment left to go. But if you want to get some stuff done here, if you want us to have some fun here on the show, first time super chat, you get a Ric Flair drip, 2 claps, and a woo. $5, we'll sing the O Canada song. $10, we'll do a Bean-Boozled jelly bean. The next flavor on the docket is not a good one, by the way. I don't think it's a good one, by the way. It doesn't look good. $20, we're changing the price for the tortilla slaps. $20, we'll do a tortilla slap. And then if you put in $100, you join Steelers Talk Gold Club. And if you send in a $100 super chat, I will bring my terrible towel to Globe Life Field tonight for ALCS Game 3. And I'll do a Here We Go Steelers chant on camera in the middle of the Texas Ranger crowd.
People are going to be looking at you like, what is this guy doing?
I don't care. For a $100 super chat, I'm willing to do it. But it's got to be 100.
If I see you doing that, I'm going to be like, I have no idea who this guy is. Who is this crazy man?
All right, man. So get those super chats in. We appreciate all of your guys' support.
Full disclosure, we weren't going to talk about Mecole Hardman in this segment, but if you missed it, he was traded to Kansas City.
Do you think we'll get to 8 here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we've got some trade rumors coming up here on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are we ready to get things going, Coop?
I believe we are. Let me get set up real quick, and then we will dive into our final segment of the day.
Okay, sounds good, man. Sounds good.
This Jack Sperry guy, man, really loves football, man.
That is Jeffrey Cooperstein's illustrious impression of John Gruden.
Really loves football,
you probably couldn't tell that was a John Gruden, but
this Jack Sperry guy.
I tell you what, man.
White Zebra X hash.
This Jeffrey Cooperstein guy, man.
He loves some football, man.
He loves some football, man.
All right, ready to go?
All right, here we go. We got Steelers trade rumors coming at you right now. Today on Steelers Talk, I am breaking down the latest Steelers trade rumors that have come down the pike here over the last couple of days. We got a couple of Steelers trade candidates, and then we got one trade target from PFF where they think the Steelers should go out and get that guy. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see who Pro Football Focus thinks the Steelers should go get via trade before the deadline. And before I get into today's rumors, make sure that you click that subscribe button, because whenever the Steelers make a move during the trade deadline, whether it's a free agency signing, whether it's a trade, whatever the case may be, we're going to have a video for you guys here on the channel. So if you want to stick around and if you want to kind of see what everything happens, stay up to date with what Omar Khan is doing leading up to the trade deadline, do me a favor, click that subscribe button right now. So the first trade rumor surrounds our number one running back here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Najee Harris, and he's been named by a number of outlets as a potential trade candidate here for the Steelers. This is year 3 for Najee. He hasn't had particularly great stats throughout his career and in 2023. If the season ended today, I think it would be pretty much unequivocal that the Steelers would not pick up his 5th-year option. They just wouldn't, all right? So because of that, I'm open to trading Najee Harris. Now, I'm not saying that he is the problem of this offense, right? I'm not saying that I'm going to get rid of him for a conditional 7th-round pick or something like that. No, I'm going to get the price that I want for him, but I am open to trading Najee because let's be completely frank. Throughout his career, he has been a disappointment being a first-round pick. That yards per carry, 3.9, that is dead last among number one running backs in this league since he was drafted. That is abysmal. Yards per game, 63.6. You can expect him to score a touchdown in about 1 in every 3 games throughout his career. That's not a good number. And then the success rate throughout his career, 47.4. It was better his first 2 seasons than it is this year. And this year, man, it's not been looking great for Najee. Let's just call it what it is here. 3.9 yards per carry. I guess that's higher than his career average. But yards per game, it's lower than his career average at 49.4. No touchdowns in 5 games to this point, and his success rate as a rusher, just 22.2. That's one of the lowest in the National Football League right now. So, I understand all of the excuses that people make for Najee Harris. It's hard for a running back to succeed with bad offensive line play, and the Steelers' offensive line has been a problem ever since Najee was drafted. That is perfectly granted. But this is a results-based business, people, and he hasn't lived up to that production that we were expecting to see from him being a first-round pick. And like I said just a couple of seconds ago, if the season ended today, you had that option to pick up that 5th-year option or not. There is no way you're picking up that 5th-year option, in my opinion. So, yes, for the right price, I think you should trade Najee Harris. Now, what that price is, I think you can quibble about that. I think a 2nd-round pick might be a little bit too high. 3rd round, 4th round is probably more the range that I'm thinking. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. What is Najee Harris worth in terms of draft capital? How high of a draft pick do you need to get in order to feel comfortable trading Najee Harris away. Give me a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7. There's 7 rounds in the NFL draft. Put a number down there in the comment section, and this is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 down there in the comment section. All right, so now let's talk about Mason Rudolph, and the rumors for him to go to the New England Patriots have once again resurfaced. And listen, if Omar Khan is able to pull this off, if Bill Belichick is a big enough sucker to take the Steelers' third-string quarterback and make him his starter there in New England, I mean, that'd be one of the best moves that Omar Khan has ever pulled off. And he completely fleeced Ryan Poles of the Chicago Bears last year, getting a second-round pick for Chase Claypool. Okay, so, I mean, at the end of the day, Omar Khan, I think, is one of the best GMs in football. If anybody's going to be able to do it, it's him. But I just really don't see anybody biting on Mason Rudolph. Okay, you know, you can like Rudolph as a backup quarterback. You know, I think he's fine as a backup. But are people really trading that much in terms of draft capital in order to get backup quarterbacks? I really don't think so, especially in the middle of the season. He'd have to learn a whole new offense. This just doesn't make sense to me. I think that this rumor is kind of made up by Steelers fans hoping that they can get something for their third-string quarterback. But listen, if Omar Khan is able to get this done and he's able to trade his third-string quarterback for some additional draft capital, that'd be one of the best trades that Omar Khan is ever going to make in his entire career. You know, is it as good as getting Joey Porter Jr. for Chase Claypool? I don't know, but hey, I mean, if you get anything for this guy, I think that's a great value. So if Omar Khan can pull it off, I say pull the freaking trigger. All right, now let's go and talk about our sponsor here at Game Time. And Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, comedy, music, and theater in your area. For all of you guys out there like me that kind of wait to the last minute to buy tickets, usually I'll be just sitting at my desk at work and I'm like, man, I really want to go to an MLB baseball game tonight, or an NBA basketball game, or a concert with my girlfriend Cassie. If that feeling strikes me, I just go to Game Time. I don't go to any other ticketing app because they got the lowest price guarantee and they've got flash deals right before game time, so the prices are even lower. All right, so it's more than just sports too. It's concerts, it's theater, it's comedy. Anything that you can buy tickets for, Game Time is going to have it on their app, which is super easy to use, super user-friendly. They got 360-degree views of the seats. It's absolutely fantastic, and for all of those reasons is why this is the fastest-growing ticketing app in the country. Buy tickets in the matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you're set. Tickets are also sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SteelersChat. That's SteelersChat, one word, all caps, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SteelersChat, one word, all caps, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And then also for this week's watch party on Sunday versus the Los Angeles Rams, somebody is going to get an additional $50 to use on their Game Time purchase, their first Game Time purchase here. So if you want to enter that raffle this weekend, here are the steps. You download the Game Time app, you open redeem code screen, you redeem that code SteelersChat, okay? So that's all caps, one word, SteelersChat, for $20 off your first purchase. And then you screenshot that to me at Jack_Sperry on Twitter, at Sperry.football on Instagram, and you'll be entered to win this raffle. Thank you so much to Game Time for sponsoring today's video. Again, you got to make sure you send that screenshot to me on Twitter or X at Jack_Sperry, on Instagram at Sperry.football, or you could even email me, jsperry132@gmail.com. All right, so now let's talk about a Tennessee Titans cornerback that the Steelers were very interested in the 2020 NFL Draft, or at least reportedly they were. And he's been a trade target for a favorite trade target for all these publications for literally years at this point. Of course, I'm talking about Christian Fulton. And PFF's Brad Spielberger has suggested that the Steelers go out and get Fulton before the NFL trade deadline to try to bolster their cornerback room here as they go down the stretch of the 2023 NFL season. Fulton is somebody, second-round pick by the Titans back in 2020. He fell a little bit. Originally was supposed to be potentially a top 20 pick in the NFL draft. Ends up falling to the second round. And he's never been like a high-level performer in this league, guys. Just a 45.1 Pro Football Focus grade. That's one of the bottom 20 among corners in the NFL so far this year. And he's slated to be a free agent in 2024 as well. Now, what Pro Football Focus suggests as the trade compensation here is that the Steelers would get Christian Fulton in exchange for a fifth-round pick. Now, I think this is a bit too high. Now, Christian Fulton is kind of a replacement level, lower-level starting corner. So maybe the compensation is fine, but I'm not really looking to get a replacement level, low-level corner to bring in here. I'm just not, especially because it's probably going to be a one-year rental. He's going to be looking for a contract come next offseason. And I just don't love this idea personally, guys. I think that Christian Fulton, he's a fine player. I guess he's okay. But right now, if the Steelers are going to make a move, I think they need to get a bona fide starter at the position. Right now, you got Patrick Peterson, Levi Wallace, and Chandon Sullivan as your starters. I personally think Joey Porter Jr. should be given the shot to start over Levi Wallace. Or, maybe you shift things around. You put Patrick Peterson in the slot. If you can add a guy like a Patrick Surtain or a Jalen Johnson, somebody that could actually be a really, really solid option for the future, and you feel really confident in that, I would much rather pay a higher price to get one of those guys than a lower price to get kind of a nothing burger, in my opinion, in Christian Fulton. Of course, the Steelers liked Fulton when he was coming out of LSU. They visited with him. They talked with him quite a bit, all those different things. But I just don't think that this is a great idea for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But you guys can let me know if you agree or disagree with Brad Spielberger's take here. Would you accept this trade? If the Titans offered you Christian Fulton for a fifth-round pick, are you taking it? If you're Omar Khan, type A for accept, or D if you're going to decline. Then also, we mentioned our watch party that we're going to be doing this Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time when the Steelers play the Los Angeles Rams. Really big week for the black and gold. Coming off the bye week, you get Deontay Johnson back, Pat Freiermuth back. We're going to be doing a bunch of great stuff, an hour of pregame, followed by live play-by-play of every single snap of this football game. So maybe if you're out of market, you're not going to get this on your TV. This is an awesome opportunity to watch the game with your fellow Steelers fans. So make sure you click that subscribe button right now and join the largest and most interactive Steelers community here on YouTube. All right, so that is our cuts for today, Coop. We didn't get any more super chats, did we?
No, we did not.
All right, I'm gonna put a 5-minute shot clock on here. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to get super chats in. $10 will do Bean-Boozled. $5 will do Oh Canada songs. $20 Tortilla Slaps.
If a team was trading for Najee Harris straight up, what are you taking? You're not getting a player in return.
I'd take a third-round pick for him.
Straight up.
Straight up. I would take a third-round pick.
That's what CM Punk said as well, a second/a third.
I want a day 2 pick for Najee Harris.
DJ KJ says 1. He would take a 1.
I think, a first.
The Steelers will ask for a 1.
I don't even know if they'll ask for a 1.
You don't think so?
I mean, it's a low value position. He hasn't shown even once that he's worth a first-round pick. He's not a first-round value player. So as much as I would love for Omar Khan to get a first-round pick there, I just don't think that that's what they would get. I don't know, man. I like Najee. It's not like I'm saying that Najee is like the biggest problem on this team. Far from it.
He hasn't lived up to the hype.
But he hasn't lived up to the hype. If the continuation of these stats persist, you're not picking up his fifth-year option. He's probably not coming back after next year. So, if I can get something for him while he's still technically valuable, I'm going to take that, especially if you can get a guy like Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacobs in the building, a running back that you could actually design your offense around. I'm taking that.
Agreed.
I am totally taking that. I'm taking that second or third round pick, and I'm using that to go and get a Josh Jacobs, to go and get a Saquon Barkley, and put him in a Steelers uniform and then put the pressure off of Kenny Pickett. All right? If you have a truly star running back duo here. You know, if you got, let's say you trade for Saquon Barkley. You've got Barkley as your number one guy, and then you got Jaylen Warren as your number two. That's an awesome duo. Awesome duo. And if you can just figure out the offensive line, maybe sign Ben Jones. You know, you start Broderick Jones.
I think the con artist needs to call us.
Yeah, I think the con artist needs to take some pointers from us, man.
Yogi said Desmond King has officially been released. Yes, he has. The Steelers signed Darius Rush.
So Desmond has not officially been released.
I thought he has.
So they announced that he's going to be released.
But not officially.
It's not officially official because they're trying to find a trade partner for him. But here's the thing. If you announce to the world that you're looking for a trade partner, you're not finding a trade partner. And if you do, it's going to be for like a 7th-round pick, which actually, you know, I'll take an extra 7th-round pick for Desmond King. He's played one defensive snap.
That'd be great.
That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. We got 2 minutes left on the clock for Super Chats.
Dominic says he broke his ankle last week. Dominic, I hope you feel better, my man.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic, I hope you're doing all right, man. That sucks.
Never want an ankle break.
By the way, $100 today, $100 Super Chat. I am bringing my terrible towel to Globe Life Field tonight for the Rangers versus Astros game, ALCS. And I'm going to do a Here We Go Steelers chant on camera for a minute.
I meant to bring this up to you. While we were in our last segment, someone said instead of doing the Here We Go Steelers chant, you should just do a Fire Canada chant.
Well, we do
for a whole minute.
Well, we have.
Up to you. I mean, it's obviously up to you.
No, I do a Here We Go Steelers chant.
Here
we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Now imagine hearing that for a whole minute at Globe Life Field.
Exactly. That's what I would be doing.
People would be looking at you like, is this guy on drugs?
I'd be the weirdest guy there. I'd be right in the middle. People are trying to get their hot dogs and their sodas and their popcorn. And there's just me in the middle of the concourse. Here we go, Steelers. Are you going to do it in the
concourse?
Yeah.
You're insane.
For $100, I'll do it. $100 is $100, Coop. That's what I'll say.
It is what it is. It be what it be.
We've got 30 seconds left for Super Chats today, and then we're gonna sign off here.
Good show today. I'm excited for Sunday. Big game. Big game against the Rams coming up.
Yep, that is right.
Trey O'Neill says we should bring Edmonds back.
Well, here's the thing. He's on the Eagles.
And he's good?
He's okay.
Oh, I thought he was playing good this year.
He's been playing okay. But, like, there's so many Steelers that people wanted to get rid of last year that we got rid of.
Who's the guard?
Kevin Dotson.
He's been one of the best guards in the league.
He's been a top 5 guard in the league this year, according to Pro Football Focus. Akella Witherspoon is balling out. Arthur Maulet is playing well. Robert Spillane, of all people, is playing well in Las Vegas. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, it just seems like all these players, they sucked here in Pittsburgh. They immediately go somewhere else with new coaching, and then they're good players in this league.
Why do I feel like when the Steelers cut Gunnar Olszewski, he's going to go to a different team and just tear it up?
He's going to have like 5 return touchdowns or something. I mean, goodness gracious. So Dominic says, Jack, hope you have fun at the game tonight. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Dominic.
Big shout out to Game Time for hooking us up with those tickets, by the way.
Use code SteelersChat for $20 off your first purchase.
Steelers Chat, and then also get into the redeem code screen. Send that screenshot to me at Jack_Sperry.
There it is.
Or on Instagram at SpareDog.football to enter this week's raffle. All right.
There's the code.
There's the code.
And then let me show you how you enter the raffle. This is how you enter the raffle. Right here.
So you download the Game Time app. You redeem the code, Steelers Chat, for $20 off. You screenshot that to me at Jack_Sperry or at SpareDog.football on Instagram.
And then you're in the raffle.
And you have a chance to win an additional $50 for your next Game Time purchase. All right, so if you want that, check that out, man. It's a really, really great app. I love using it. It's the only ticketing app I use.
We have DJ KJ here. He's a homie in the chat. Would you hold a Fire Matt Canada sign and say Fire Canada for a minute, $400?
I mean, I'd have to get the sign. I mean, we're literally about to leave for the stadium in 2 hours, so I'd have to figure out a sign. But yes, I would.
He will do it. He'll do it, DJ KJ. You know what? We'll give you 2 minutes, DJ.
We'll give you DJ KJ 2 minutes for a $100 super chat. I would do that. Cleve Williams says, you guys make a lot of sense. Great job, Jack, con artist.
Cassie said she'll make the sign.
Okay, so Cassie said she'll make the sign. If we can get $100,
she'll make sign.
I'll make a sign that says in big letters, Fire Matt Canada, and I'll do a Fire Matt Canada chant for a minute at the ALCS tonight. Make sure you turn on your TVs tonight.
You will go viral.
I might actually go viral.
Guaranteed you'd go viral.
I might actually go viral if that happens. By the way, before we go, we're gonna do an O Canada. We're gonna do an O Canada song before we say goodbye today. But we're gonna give our man DJ KJ or anybody else
or anyone, yeah,
about a minute and a half to put in $100, and we'll do that. We'll do that tonight.
Cleve says fire Canada, as you should, because he's a fraud.
Yeah, he stinks, man.
Sack says let's make the right choices. We are making the right choices, always.
Well, I think he might be talking about the Steelers.
Oh, the Steelers do need to make the right choices.
And the Steelers are not making the right choices by committing to Matt Canada for the rest of the year.
Or starting freaking Dan Moore Jr. over Broderick Jones.
Yeah, I mean, if they start Dan Moore Jr. this week
That's a wrong decision.
Over Broderick Jones, I don't know what I would do.
Wrong decision.
I might riot. I might riot live on screen.
I'm in.
I might bring the picket signs on Sunday, man.
Let's start a riot.
Goodness gracious. How much time is left on the timer?
We got about 45 seconds left.
Oh! No way! $100 super chat!
First time super chatter!
From Steelers! Dan Bang! Oh! And it's a first time super chat from my man Steelers Dan! Woo! No way!
You're going to be holding a Fire Canada sign.
The newest member of Steelers Talk Gold Club, Steelers Dad! Let's go, man!
Can you believe it?
What a legendary moment! I'm going to be doing a Fire Matt Canada chant at the ALCS tonight.
I can't wait.
I can't believe it.
You have to do it. Are you going to do it during the game or before?
What should I do, before or during?
Steelers Dad, let us know if you want it during the game or before the game.
Oh my gosh.
We'll give you a couple minutes to respond, but you let us know.
I'm going to be so embarrassed.
I'm not sitting with Sperry at the game tonight. He has standing room only tickets. I have my own tickets, so we'll see. Oh, Cleve, it will be recorded.
Oh,
believe me.
It's going on the channel
It'll
tonight.
Be recorded. Steelers Dad says during the game. So during play, Steelers Dad will do it.
Steelers Dad, you're freaking crazy, man.
Unbelievable.
I like you, but you're crazy.
I like you, but you're crazy, man.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Crazy.
What a freaking legendary moment. He has never super chatted ever. He's always in the chat. He's been such a real one for all.
Oh, he's been a big supporter.
He's been a huge supporter of the channel.
Everything we do.
And he picked just the right moment to solidify himself in Steelers Talk history. Let's go, Steelers Dad. Type Dad in the chat. Dad. Let's go, man. Get those dads in the chat.
That was legendary.
Let's go.
During the game, during a Rangers-Astros ALCS game, you will see a Fire Canada sign.
Oh, my
God.
God.
And a chant that says, Fire Canada.
Fire Matt Canada. Fire Matt Canada. Oh, and another one comes in. A $10 super chat from Cleve Williams. Let's go, man. And it's another bean.
And it's a first-time super chatter, so we owe Cleve some Ric Flair
drip. Woo! Let's go, man. CM Punk says Sperry gonna go viral during the Astros game.
Wait.
Let's go, man. Fire this guy. I'm gonna be on SportsCenter tonight, man. Let's go.
You probably will.
I probably will.
Cassie says don't have high hopes for the sign, by the way.
Oh, babe, I'm expecting it to be Mona Lisa level beautiful.
There you go, Cassie. No pressure.
Make sure there's a Steelers logo on there and a Canada.
Toss me a bean.
All right, bean time. There we have no.
Dominic, I hope so.
There we
that
go.
would be great. As you can see, my hat.
F the Astros, man. F the Astros.
Oh God, this looks like white dog crap.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know what. This looks like the Cleveland Browns jerseys from a couple weeks ago, man.
Geez.
By the way, 6 weeks, they've already worn those things twice. What a fraudulent franchise.
Look, I think they look good. I know you don't.
All
right.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Here we go.
Cheers, my friend.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know. It wasn't good. Paul Dominguez says, "See you guys at the game." Is he going tonight?
Paul, if you're at the game,
Paul, if you're going, let us know. We'll meet up with you. Oh, so JD says, "Are you going to wear Steelers jersey tonight? Should I wear Samuel Pugh's jersey tonight?" I don't know, man. I think I'm going to be wearing Rangers gear, but
that's insane.
Okay, here we go.
Says, I'm from Miami, but I've been a Steelers fan since I was born in 92. Got my first ever experience at Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium this year versus Cleveland, and man, the atmosphere was crazy. Well, it's the Yinzas.
Are you ready for this flavor reveal, Coop?
Oh, maybe.
It was black pepper.
Dude, it was
so spicy, dude.
So bad.
These things suck, man. I absolutely hate them. All right, man. Steelers Dad, welcome to Steelers Talk Gold Club with your $100 super chat. And because of you, I'm going to be on SportsCenter tonight. Make sure you tune into the ALCS, man. Let's go.
Before we go, just for good measure, I think we need one more O Canada.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, let's get this last O Canada, and then we'll say goodbye for the day. Because we got to get ready to go to this game. Oh, Canada, you dumb and stupid man. All know you suck except for Mike Tomlin. With burning hearts we see you suck. Calling jet sweeps 1, 2, 3. From far and wide, oh Canada, we share our hate for thee. F-U-C-K, Canada!
Let's go, baby.
All right, appreciate all the support today.
CM Punk, it will be during the game.
CM Punk,
during the game.
It's going to be during the game. I'm going to be going through the concourse going F-U-C-K, Canada.
You might get kicked out.
I hope I don't get kicked out. All right, man, let's go.
All right, homies.
Appreciate every single one of you, especially Steelers Dad. Welcome to Steelers Talk Gold Club, my friend. We'll see you guys Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the live watch party, Steelers versus Rams.
Let's go.
Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until all 87 real ones still watching,